What's happening? Kyle here. Today we are going to discuss this position right here, this collapsed kneeling position, also known as Seiza in Japanese, which means correct sitting. This is used for meditation practice, tea ceremonies, martial arts, and stuff like that. But I want to bring this to your attention because I have a lot of clients who come to me who have difficulty sitting in this position comfortably. They can't get their butts back to their heels, usually due to a lack of ankle plantar flexion, but mostly due to a lack of knee flexion and some pain in the knee joint itself. And a lot of these people just want to get on their floor and play with their kids. So we're going to do a quick 10-minute routine to help strengthen the knees today, okay? So first things first, let's do some knee cars. Let's move both knee joints through their entire range of motion. We'll do the left side first. So you can take both hands, place them underneath your hamstring. That's option one. Or the preferred method is to take the same side arm, the left arm under the left leg, grab your right bicep and place your right hand over the kneecap, okay? Lift your toes up towards the sky, locking the ankle out in dorsiflexion, and I just want you to squeeze this arm, creating some tension in the leg, specifically the knee joint, and just rotate from left to right. You should see this tibialis bone move, rotating from left to right through external rotation and internal rotation. So what we're going to do here, again, maintain that tension of driving the leg through the arm or into the arm, rotate to the outside, lift the foot to 90 degrees, rotate to the inside, let the heel fall, slow and controlled is the name of the game here, rotate to the outside, lift to 90, rotate to the inside. This time we're going reverse, so lift, rotate to the outside, let the ankle fall, rotate to the inside. Again, slow and controlled. Try to maintain that tension the entire time. Breathe. Nice. Now I want to get a nice stretch on this hamstring. So I want you to go to your end range. Try to straighten the leg as best as possible. This could be your end range right here. It could be right here. Wherever it is, find it. Take a breath in. So I want you to feel that pull on the hamstring. Drive the leg into the arms. You should feel some tension build in the back of the knee joint as well. And just breathe. Just sit here for about 15 more seconds. Just get a nice little stretch on the hamstring. Strengthening the back of the knee joint right now for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly let that heel fall to the ground. Nice. Let's do the right side. So right arm under the leg, grab the left bicep, and place the left hand over the knee. This is also the rear naked choke position in jiu-jitsu. We'll save that for another day. But squeeze that right arm with the leg. Feel some tension build in that knee joint. Lock out the ankle by pointing the toes up towards the sky. And then rotate from right to left. I want you to get some movement in that tibialis bone first. Nice. Now let's rotate to the outside. Again, maintain that tension. Slowly lift the knee, extend the knee, and then drop the heel, rotate to the outside. Keep rotating to the outside as you lift to 90 degrees. Rotate to the inside. Begin to flex the knee, letting the heel drop to the floor. Now rotate to the outside, right back to the inside. Breathe, lift that foot, extend the knee to 90 degrees. Let the heel fall again, slow and controlled as we go through one more revolution. We're just moving the knee joint through its entire range of motion. Nice. Now extend that knee to your end range. So again, it could be right here. Okay, it could be right there. Wherever it is, I want you to find your end range, find that pull on the hamstring, and try to fight for more range of motion. Try to straighten that leg as best as possible. Breathe. So we're driving our leg through our arm, creating some tension in the back of the knee joint. Breathe. We got about 10 more seconds here. Keep lifting, keep straightening that leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it down. Nice job. Let's start on our backs first before we get to the main exercise. So lay on your backs. You are going to need a couple yoga blocks and a couple towels too for the knee bridges when we get there. But for now, place your heels towards the end of the mat. I want a slight bend in the knees, okay? So you're on your heels, your toes are facing up towards the sky. You can place your hands out for support on the floor and just lift your hips. Okay, so these are called hamstring bridges. So you should feel the tension in the back of the knees, in the hamstrings themselves. And I want you to think of driving the heels through the floor. So by doing so, we're increasing the tension in the hamstrings, in the back of the knees, which is what we want. Lift the hips as high as you can. You can even think of tilting the pelvis underneath you and do a posterior pelvic tilt. Breathe. Keep driving those heels through the ground. Toes facing up towards the sky. We're going to hold this for 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let your butt fall to the ground. Nice job. This time walk your heels, your feet in towards your hips. So now we're going to do a standard bridge. Take in a breath. Lift your hips up towards the sky. Squeeze the glutes. So we're training the posterior chain first before we get to the anterior chain, before we get to the quads, which is what we'll be focusing on while we do the knee bridges. Breathe. For a little extra credit, you can always lift your heels up off the ground, get your calves involved. We're just going to hold this for another 15 seconds. So squeezing the glutes the entire time. Slowing down the breath. Big inhales in through the nose. Hold to the top for a few seconds and then exhale out of your mouth like you're blown out of a straw. This will sink you into a parasympathetic state. Slowing everything down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now slowly lower your hips. Nice job. Sit up here. We're going to come to our knees now. So if you have towels, great. You can rest them under the knees for comfort. Now, if you have difficulty sitting in this position, so have your knees probably about 3 fists width apart. So like so. So my knees are on the floor. I'm going to place them about 3 fists width apart. Rest your knees on the towels. Bring your 2 big toes together. Bring your heels together. So when you sit back, your heels are naturally going to separate. But when they do, you should be able to rest your sit bones on them, okay? Now, if you have difficulty sitting back to your heels, this is why we have the yoga blocks. You could also use a pillow too. But I want you to place them between your feet. So when you sit back on the yoga blocks and you can get into this position comfortably, okay? So some of you might already feel some discomfort in the knee joint. It's perfectly okay. As long as there's no sharp pain, you're in business. You're good. We can train from here, okay? The first thing I'm going to have you do, although I can sit back to my heels, I'm just going to demonstrate from this position using the yoga blocks. What I want you to do first is take a big breath in. Think of driving the tops of your feet through the floor and the front of your knees. I want you to use that drive. I want you to maintain this erect posture, so no leaning forward. I want you to use that drive to slowly bring yourself into this upright, tall position. Drive your hips forward, squeeze your glutes. Now maintain the drive of your shin through the floor. I'm driving the tops of my feet, driving my knees as I slowly sit my hips back towards the yoga blocks. Okay, we're gonna do that 7 times. So take in a breath. You have your hands in prayer out in front of you. Drive your knees through the floor. Use that drive to lift yourself up into this upright position. Slow and controlled. Do the best you can. If you need it, you could also have a chair, or you could use the wall or something out in front of you for support if it's a lot on your knees, okay? So if you have something for support, it takes that extra load off of the drill. We're gonna do 6 more here. So take a breath, drive your knees through the floor, use that drive to sit yourself back up. Nice job. Sit yourself back down towards your hips. Beautiful. We're gonna do 5 more. Take a breath, drive your knees through the floor, squeeze the glutes at the top, and slowly sit your hips back towards the blocks. 4 more. So driving your knees through the ground the entire time as you sit upright and using the drive to resist the descent back towards your heels. All right? So we're using the drive of your knees through the floor to rise to a standing position, also to resist the descent back towards your heels. We got 2 more. Nice. Sit back. Come to an upright position. Beautiful. Come back down. Nice. So while you're here, let's see if you can remove one of the yoga blocks and sit further into the position. Okay? From here, place your hands, this part of your hand, over your ankles. I just want you to do the left one first. Think of lifting the ankle up into the hand. So you're squeezing all this tissue in your knee pit. Take a breath. Keep squeezing. We're just doing the left side first. So we're training all this tissue between the calves and the hamstrings and the knee pit in a shortened position. When we're doing the hamstring bridges, we're training the quads in the elongated position. Take your right hand, place your right hand, again, this part between the thumb and the pointer finger, over the ankle, and lift the ankle into your hand from this position. Now you're not going to be able to lift it, obviously, because the hand is blocking it, but you should feel the contraction on the inside of the knee. That's what we want. You might feel some cramping. Take a breath, breathe through it, do the best you can. The cramping is perfectly normal. You can breathe through it. You can push through it. We're just strengthening all that tissue in a shortened position. Nice work. Now what I want you to do is we're going to spice this up a little bit. So do the best you can. We're going to do an isometric. Listen to your body. Hold for as long as you can. We're just going to hold it for 30 seconds, okay? So take a big breath in. Drive your knees through the floor. And I just want you to lift an inch off your heels or the yoga block and hold. Take a big breath in. Do the best you can. Embrace the shaking if it's happening. You should feel a lot of tension in the quads and the knee joint. That's what we want. Breathe. We're strengthening our knees in flexion right now. You can even think of driving the tops of your feet through the floor. For 3, 2, and 1. Set it down. Nice job. Nice work. Again, do the best you can. And again, if it's too much on your feet, you can come to your toes, okay? But I prefer it if you were on the tops of your feet, okay? We're gonna do that one more time. Just for 30 seconds, take in a breath. First thing I want you to do, drive the tops of your feet through the floor, drive your shin through the ground, drive your front of your knees through the floor, and lift your hips an inch and hold and breathe. Close your eyes if you have to. Hands in prayer, out in front of you, out to the sides, whatever works best for you. Just want you to feel the tension in your quads, in the knee joint. You're doing great. Breathe. Keep your body, your upper body in an erect posture, upright. We're almost there. Fight through the shaking. 3, 2, and 1. Sit back down. Nice job. This time, take your left hand, again, the space between your thumb and your pointer finger, place it over your ankle. Take a breath in. Trap that air into your core. Exhale into a closed mouth. Fill your body full of air. Use that inter-abdominal pressure to lift the ankle into your hand. Fight through the cramping if you're feeling it, but I want you to feel that contraction in the knee joint, in the knee pit. Feel the squeeze. Imagine you have a stick in between your calf and your hamstring and you're trying to break through it with the squeeze. Keep squeezing. Keep squeezing. Shortening the breath. Use that inter-abdominal pressure to push. Lift that ankle up into your hand. Squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a second. Right hand goes over the right ankle now. Take a breath, bear down. Exhale into a closed mouth. Lift that ankle into your hand. Feel the contraction on the inside of the knee, in the knee pits. Think of squeezing a stick in between your hammy and your calf, like you're trying to break through it with the squeeze. Again, lifting the ankle into your hand. As long as you feel the contraction in the knee pit, that's what we want. We're training all that tissue in a shortened position. You're doing great. Keep lifting. Push a little harder for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. So if you're sitting on yoga blocks, do yourself a favor. Come on up. Come out of the position. Bring your toes together. So you're in this quadruped position. I just want you to slowly sit your butt back to your heels and see if you can sit all the way down. If not, it's okay. We'll just keep training that position. But your knees should feel, and your quads and hammies should feel a little bit stronger. You can even place your hands out in front of you, come in this quadruped position, and just kind of rock back and forth, your hips towards your heels. You can be on the balls of your feet, on your toes. I know we were on the tops of our feet for quite some time there, so you want to give them a rest. But preferably, we want you on the tops of your feet. Again, bring your toes together. Think of sitting your butt towards your heels. Nice. So now, let's finish by doing some knee carves. We're just going to do a couple on each side. So left arm under left leg, grab your right bicep. Your hand goes over your knee, drive that leg into your arm. We're just going to do one in each direction. So rotating to the inside, extend the knee to 90. Hopefully these feel a little bit more fluid, a little bit more mobile, a little different. Let's go in the opposite direction now. So lower that heel, rotate to the outside again, slow and controlled. No need to race through these. So we're keep rotating to the outside as you extend the knee and then let that heel fall. Nice. Let's do the right side. Right arm under right leg. Grab the left bicep. Left hand goes over the knee on the top of it. Squeeze that arm. Lift the toes up towards the sky. Let's rotate to the inside. Keep rotating towards the inside as you extend the leg to 90 degrees. Rotate to the outside. Keep rotating to the outside as you let the heel fall. Again, slow and controlled. Let's go in reverse now. Rotate to the outside. Extend. Rotate to the inside. Let it fall. Nice. All right, nice work. We just did some knee bridges. Great exercise to build some strength in the knees, in flexion specifically. We also did some training on the ankles and plantar flexion as well. So not only is this a great one to help us sit our butts back onto our heels and to sit in this collapsed kneeling position comfortably, but it's also a great drill to not only get on the floor, but to get off the floor as well, okay? We could spice this drill up a little bit. We could add some load by holding a kettlebell or some dumbbells. We could also implement a little bit more time under tension, which is key, by holding those isometrics for a little bit longer. That's how we build adaptation, more resiliency, more durability in our joint spaces, which is exactly what we want in order to move better and feel better as a human being. Cool? Thanks for coming along for the ride. Feel free to leave me some comments, some questions. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.